Right, here we go, listen up. So, I've just cut this piece of hex bar off of this. It was a bit longer than that. Actually, I've got a nice big long piece here. I do keep quite a bit of metal in stock. So, I'm going to do with this, I'm just prototyping something which is readily available in plastic, but I want to do one in metal. And I'm going to make potentiometer extenders. I'm sure you all know what I'm on about. And so I'm going to get to work on the lathe and prototype one. This is just aluminium. It's high grade aluminium actually, but I'm going to prototype one and see if it's worth mass producing them on the CNC. Let's have a look. Right, here we go. That's lined up in a lathe. Let's get cracking. Right, so I've got the ends squared up because I'm only prototyping. I'm not too bothered about the exact length. So I've just sort of guessed a length there. Maybe it's longer, maybe it's shorter. Actually, it's not a problem making it shorter. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make it longer. Let's get it drilled out. So we're off the lathe at the moment. So I've got the hole centered in that. This is just, the reason I'm using this hex bar is because that's the only stock that I had in. So that goes over the pot. That's fine. Small hole will be drilled and threaded there with a grub screw. And I'm going to turn this down from about halfway up. Turn that down to 6mm to match that for whatever's going on top. Right. So pretty much got to turn it down a little bit at a time, because you can't just go straight down to 6mm. So it takes it's going to take a few minutes, but that's the process at the moment. Back shortly. Right, so that's where I'm at. I've got that down to the correct size. As you can see, the goes over it. It's fine. Grub screw would do up onto it. Could even put a flat on that for the grub screw to go onto actually. Then even if the grub screw came loose, it wouldn't spin too much. This might be a little bit too long, this little bit here, but I'm not gonna turn that down anymore for now. Just gonna check the actual use. Right, here we go. So I've bolted that onto this. Done that up. That's fine. All I've got to do is grub screw it now, and then that'll go on there. And there we go. I think this piece, this dimension from here to here, on the working model will be, there'll be less of it, but I'm leaving it like that for now. Right, just got it in a vise on the pillar drill, and I've centre punched it ready for a 3.3mm hole for a M4 thread for the small grub screw. So crack on with that. Right, there we go, that's the hole drilled. I've got the M4 tap here, so I'm just going to hand tap the M4 thread into that quickly. I've got a selection of grub screws. I've got stainless and mild, so we'll put a grub screw in there and get it onto the potentiometer. Right, now don't forget, if you are tapping out any threads, so we're going to turn it one whole turn, maybe a little bit more. It is aluminium after all, it's pretty soft metal. And then we're just going to go back a little bit, and that just breaks that bit off. It saves clogging up the threads. And another bit we'll turn, go back a little bit. This is much more important if you're tapping mild steel or stainless or something, but with the aluminium it's pretty straightforward. Well, luckily I had a whole bunch of grub screws in stock, and I've got some bag of 5mm stainless ones. So what we're going to do, that makes it the same fitment. I've got this is from making tattoo machines actually. So we're going to put the grub screw in there like that. Right, and that. Now it's useful having 5mm of thread because it's aluminium. You don't want to just put 3mm in there. You want to try and get as much thread going on as possible. So we'll put that over the potentiometer. we're going to do that up. Just nip that up like that. That's not going anywhere. We're going to put that over there like that. We're going to do that up. And there we have it. One potentiometer shaft extension. Now obviously I've not made this to exact specifications as I'm just prototyping. I'm just going to take it apart again. I'll show you how easy it is to take it apart. There we go. Already undone that. So actually I can use a 4mm one of these and it'll keep it just level with or below the surface. And so that gives me that amount of thread. I quite like the fact that it's hexagonal. It's a little bit different, but I am going to buy some round stock if I do decide to make some of these, which I think I probably will. I may make them all on my normal lathe rather than on the CNC. We'll see. Right, so right, there we go. Hope you like it. That's the potentiometer shaft extension made. That didn't take so long, to be honest with you. I could do a pair of those in under an hour, I would think, on the let's say the hand lathe rather than the computerized lathe. The manual lathe, that's it, that's the word I was looking for. But there we go, yeah. Well, I hope you like it anyway. Cool. Take it easy. Catch you on the next one.